Hey Capricorn, welcome to this space. Welcome to the Sagittarius full moon. This full moon is, like I've been saying in previous videos, it is supercharged. It is a supercharged full moon in the best possible way. And in all of the readings that I do for, full moon or new moon, I'm not here to necessarily speak about what is going to happen. I'm not here to tell the future. I am here to help you find the tools that you already have, okay? Tools or even new tools that you can pick up to utilize this full moon's power to the best of your ability towards success, okay? Um, it's a Sagittarius moon, so it is all about stepping out of your comfort zone, being bigger than life, right, in some way, shape, or form, or being seen, expansion, obviously, because it's Sagittarius, okay? And we are in the, I believe, yeah, we're still in the season of Gemini. So, social gatherings, pumping up your energy, before you step into a room, conversations, whether they're deep conversations or just small talk, um, partnerships, relationships of all kinds, okay? So let's go ahead and see Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Check your Moon and or your Rising placements for a deeper resonance. I am also intending for all of these messages to relate to both tropical and sidereal astrological charts. If you're not really sure what tropical versus sidereal means, you guys can look it up for sure on your own, or you can just check my previous videos on, I think it was the new moon in Gemini. I kind of touch on that just a little bit. I'm not an expert, but for those of you who know, about tropical or sidereal astrology, I'm intending for these messages to resonate with both of those charts, okay? Last but not least, before we jump into your reading, Capricorn, I am available for personal readings. You guys can use my email in the description box below if you guys need a personal reading, if your energy resonates with my energy and these messages on this channel, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, ancestors of light, messengers of light. What messages do we have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements for this Sagittarius full moon this month? Let's see, Capricorn. Interesting. You received fairy magic, for those of you who believe in that kind of thing. You might be very intrigued. Okay. And it says, respectfully work with the fairies to achieve your goals. Now, that may sound strange to some of you who are not really believers in, earthly creatures, portals, things like that. So is number 13. 13 can be a very specific number for you to use during this time, during this full moon, Capricorn. Some of you guys might be a life path number 4. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have wishes come true. It says rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. So pretty much what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, overall, when it comes to what you want, when it comes to what you prayed for under this full moon energy, you are going to see the results of that, whether it be big or small, okay? Some of you guys may actually have some type of rare occurrence. Maybe you might be walking in a forest or hiking. Some of you guys may have had actual encounters with a spirit of some kind, or, maybe you just keep it to yourselves, or you have told people about it. But whatever spiritual encounters you have experienced, Capricorn, in nature, right? Or even in your own neighborhood, what have you, or even in your dreams, they are offering help and support towards whatever it is that you are working towards, okay? And it says rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. So this is not something that is slow moving at this point, Capricorn. It may have been slow moving in the beginning whenever you started this endeavor or whenever you prayed for this. Maybe what you've prayed for, it was really slow moving. But there is an energy under this fire moon that is picking up the pace for you, okay? And it's very special. I'm still getting that some of you guys, there is some type of mystical energy that you guys have come across before in your past. And even recently, but you may not talk about it. And it had a lot to do, it did affect your life. That's what I'm trying to say is if there is like a fairy encounter, right? Um, which for me, I am all about that type of, knowledge, is understanding this earth and the ancient energies that reside in the earth and realizing that it has a lot to, it's all connected to us. We are all connected, right? Um, there's a lot of things in life that you may not understand, Capricorn. There may be things in life that you may feel like you can't really put any type of technical or logical, you know, there's no technical or logical factors that you can take away or to like place on on that experience to make it make sense. So some of you guys have definitely had some occurrences that have happened in your life in the distant past or recently in the near past that probably just didn't make sense. But there is a sense of reverence, there is a sense of respect that is needed to be in order to interact with those experiences, in order to understand why they are happening, right? So I'm just getting that there are some things that you can't put a label on in your life. But I'm also getting that there are beings, there are energies, frequencies, almost like an echo that is actually responding to your frequency. So Capricorn, whatever you are putting out into the ether, into the cosmos, into the air, right? You're just like, whatever you say, whatever you pray for, whatever your desires are, whether you speak them or not, those desires are actually vibrating inside of you, okay? And it is giving off a frequency, it's an echo. And those echoes are being responded to, especially under this full moon. Okay. So don't think that what you've prayed for, don't think that even the moments where you're just like, man, this sucks, or, why am I going through this? Why do I have to deal with this? Blah, blah, blah. Why is this a repeating pattern? Those those words, that dialogue with yourself or even with other people is actually not falling on deaf ears. It's actually being heard. And there is a response coming in for sure. And there may have been different occurrences in your life in the past where that was a response to a prayer or a response to a plea. Whether it was a verbal plea or a verbal prayer, or it was something that you had spoken in your heart or in your mind. Okay. There is a circle of protection around you as well. I do see that. There is a circle of protection around you. Let's go ahead and pull a couple more cards, you guys. Let's see here, and then we're going to jump into the tarot. For Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, ancestors, for this full moon in a Sagittarius. Healing heart is what you received. Healing heart. That's beautiful. It says you are a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. Okay, so there is again, there's a lot from your past, Capricorn, a lot about yourself, ways of thinking, you know, emotions. There's a lot about you that is being repaired. And there's also something about your personality, Capricorn, that is also very powerful and healing towards other people. It could be just people in your family. I see that there's like a mother and child in this card. So some of you guys have, I'm seeing specifically a daughter. Like you have a very close relationship with your daughter, or there's just some things that you set in place for your child. Okay. And again, even if you don't have a daughter and, you know, maybe it's your son, for those of you who have children, or maybe it's all of your children, you have this quality about you that is, you know, it's like they know that they can lean on you. And I'm also seeing that this is not, if this is not your children, this is all you, Capricorn. You are kind of reminiscing on the past. And I mean like the far past when you were a child, right? You are looking back, maybe looking at photos, maybe looking at, you know, I don't know, maybe some old videos, you know, VHS tapes or something like that that your parents may have kept, or grandparents or what have you. But there is something here about children, the next generation, but also there is something here for you under this full moon regarding your generation in the past when you were a child. Bottom of the deck, we have let yourself receive, and it also has two children, or two young mermaids, like, so it says allow others to give you loving care, receive without guilt or apology. So some of you guys, you have a hard time with receiving, and this is where I'm getting there's certain things that have happened in your life that you may not be able to label or place logic on, right? You can't place any logic on that situation or scenario. But it had a lot to do with your past or your childhood, or it has a lot to do. Some of you guys, maybe your children or your child sees things. They have certain gifts or a gift, and they get it from you, whether you know it or not. Others of you, your parents, maybe you're one of your parents or both parents, I don't know, or a grandparent had certain gifts and capabilities, like spiritual gifts, that you possess. Again, if some of you guys are in the healing arts, okay, so you might be yoga instructors, you might do Reiki. Some of you guys may be studying shamanism. You know, shamanism is it's a very grueling process to become a shaman, but you know, some of you guys may be interested in that realm of shamanism. Some of you guys are maybe getting involved with your church, you know, becoming a minister or pastor or priest or a priestess. I don't know, or maybe you have a past, maybe that's something that maybe your parents, you know, were into those types of things in the healing arts or, you know, ministry or something like that. But there's something that's been passed down to you, and you will pass that down to your children if you have children, or if you are planning to have children one day. But given that you are able to give so much of yourself, Capricorn, to your family or to your friends, to your significant other, and maybe to your community, you also may have lost sight of how much others want to give to you because of what you've given. So if you have a hard time taking gifts or accepting gifts or a reward or anything, I'm getting the sense that some of you guys may be, you know, you're extremely humble. And in that way, you're just like, I'm okay. You know, some of you guys may feel, you know, that lately, or just in the, for your entire existence or your life, you've always just kind of had that personality of the reward that you receive is seeing other people happy and healthy because of the work that you have done to help them. Some of you guys might be, I don't know, managers, or, you know, you help out a lot at your job, and you really do, you know, you soar above and beyond your peers, okay, when it comes to helping others, okay. And it's like just a very balanced energy. However, this full moon in Sagittarius really wants you to understand that it wants you to understand balance, okay. So as much as you've given, the spirit realm and, you know, the powers that exist within you and around you, Capricorn, are trying to remind you of the rules of balance, right? So if you're giving, if you're doing good, there's a such thing as karma. Karma is just the results of your actions. So if you are giving much of yourself, right, to the right people, then you'll be compensated in a beautiful way by those people in some way, shape, or form. Okay. But if you forget that that's the rule, you know, those are the rules of karma. That is the rules of your, you know, the decisions that you make have results. And you're not following those rules, and you're like, no, I don't need anybody to give me anything, or, you know, I don't need that. I don't need this, or I don't deserve that. Kind of breaking the rules there. Like, you know, the spirits that look after you are saying, hey, just take it. You can't truly give without receiving, and you can't truly receive without giving. They both go hand in hand. And to have guilt attached to what you give, or guilt attached to how you receive, you know, it just kind of becomes stagnant. You become stagnant, right? If you look at the plants outside, go outside. Plants, you have to, if you want them to yield fruit, you have to give them what they need to yield fruit, right? It's a give and take, equal give and take with plants and trees and fruit and vegetables. You give the ground, you give the soil, you give that seed what it needs and what it wants, and it gives you in return food. It's just how nature works. It's how it works, Capricorn. So if you are pouring into the seeds in your life, or you're pouring into people to help them or to grow them or to connect, you know, they are going to want to also, at least the right people are going to want to pour into you as well. And you have to let them. They're going to want to give to you. You have to let them. And I'm really getting the sense that this full moon is going to highlight some issues that your parents may have had when, you know, your mother or father may have had when it comes to giving and receiving. Okay. How much work were they doing for other people, right? compared to how much work those people were doing for them. Okay. And if those people were giving back to your parents or trying to love them or trying to, gift them things for the work that they did, was your parents receiving that? And then, there may be some things about your parents that may be highlighted by this full moon energy that you will start to realize, oh, I kind of do the same thing, right? And it's quite possible that your parents are healing. You and your parent or parents are healing from that. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and pull some tarot really quickly. And I'm also getting Sagittarius, Capricorn, with this fairy magic, it's go outside and touch a tree, touch some grass, smell a flower, okay? Learn from the earth. Humans, we do a lot of talking. We talk a lot. We make a lot of noise. We do. I mean, I guess there's some animals who do too, like birds. They're very chatty, right? But when you just take nature in as a whole, just as an ecosystem, multiple ecosystems and inhabitants, the energy and the frequency is not as loud as humans. And we say a lot of things to get a point across, but sometimes you just need to just sit and just feel the energies, right? So I'm just getting learn from the earth. I'm also getting if you have a plant or if you have always wanted a certain plant, you've wanted to, keep a certain plant alive, but you can't. It has something to do with your spirit. It has something to do with, again, this give and take. Like, what are you giving or not giving that plant? If there's expectations that you have of that plant, how are you connecting with that flower or that plant or that vine? If you have a garden, it's the same thing. What are you giving? How are you feeling when you're giving to that plant? How are you feeling when you are interacting with that plant? For those of you who are plant heads like me, okay? It's a learning process. We have the Six of Swords. That's beautiful to see. We have the Six of Pentacles. Very beautiful. 10 of Swords. Princess of Cups. Okay. So like I was saying before, this confirms, my ancestors are confirming, and then we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay. So with these two cards here, Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles, my ancestors here and my guardians are confirming exactly what I was saying earlier about equal give and take, about balance. You give and then you receive. You have to abide by those rules. We have Aquarius here. We have Taurus here. Possibly Taurus and Cancer. So you guys, not Taurus and Cancer, but I'm also getting I'm getting Mars in Aquarius, or could be Mercury or Mars in Aquarius. Some of you guys may have that in your chart. I'm also getting Taurus in Cancer. It could be also the moon in Taurus. So some of you guys may have a moon in Taurus. The Ten of Swords here is interesting because it's like the sun in Gemini, or the sun is in Gemini. So the Ten of Swords is representing Sun and Gemini energy. So some of you guys might be a Gemini Sun, or the season of Gemini can be a bit rough for some of you whenever it comes around. And then we have the Princess of Cups. So, and this is it's a mixture of energies, but it's Pisces and Cancer energy. Very youthful. So, Capricorn. There's something, again, regarding your communication. Okay. How you think is how you move. I don't know who I was saying this to. Could have been Libra. I'm not sure. I was saying this to one of the other signs before doing your reading for this particular full moon. And what I was saying was, this came to mind, and it was, how you think is how you move, and how you move is how you bear fruit. Right? All of those combined. But there's also a way that you speak as well. And a lot of the time, when you watch or listen to how someone speaks, it will also kind of be indicative of how they think. Okay. This full moon is trying to help you improve the frequency of your words. Okay. It's trying to help you to connect with your subconscious mind. Okay. Because the Princess of Cups, or this is like the Page of Cups in other tarot decks, but this is the esoteric tarot. So this is the Princess of Cups. So very feminine. And it's the energy. I see water in the tarot as the subconscious, the spiritual, the emotional spirit. Okay. And I see swords as communication, the throat, the tongue, words, dialogue, communication, and the mind. Okay. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is earth, and that's all about your material lives, right? Money, your health, your home, your relationships with other people. And I'm just getting here that overall with the King of Pentacles, these blessings, the prayers, and even some of the setbacks, and even some of the healing that's been going on in your life is going to, it is all connected to this physical existence. Okay. It's connected to your physical existence. Your money and your physical health and your relationships will improve as long as you remain connected to the supernatural aspects of your existence. Okay. As long as you are checking in with your subconscious mind, your subconscious body. You know what I mean? So with the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, this is all about speaking with peace, speaking calmly, okay? This is all about calming your mind. If you have racing thoughts, find a way to calm your mind. And I feel like the way you can do that is by going places that are actually going to give you the energy to continue on this journey, this endeavor, you know, this financial endeavor, what have you. Go spend money on something that is actually going to feed you, that's actually going to make you feel better in the moment, right? Go spend time with people who are going to nurture you as much as you've nurtured them. Okay. Then we have the Ten of Swords here. So this is all about ruin, ending, okay? So there's something in your mind and also how you speak. There's this energy of I'm done, or I've had enough, or I think I'm done with this chapter. I'm ready to move forward. This is also killing the ego as well, okay? So whatever's going on up here, whatever your ego is trying to create, this is also facing the ego with the Ten of Swords. Okay, how you present yourself, how you act, right? How you move, once again, has a lot to do, again, is very it indicates, is very indicative of how you think, Capricorn. So this is like killing the ego. We also have Saturn in Aries right now. So people's egos are going to be, you know, pummeled. Okay, it's going to be tackled down. And you just have to just go with it. Okay, you have to just go with it. You have to. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards really quickly. Last but not least, we're going to clarify all of these cards. We're going to clarify the Six of Swords for you, Capricorn, for this Sagittarius full moon. This is very beautiful for you guys. Six of Swords. Ooh. Okay, this one too. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yes, there is a part of you that is dying. So if there's any pain or any discomfort that you're feeling at this time, mentally or emotionally, you're going through a death. There's something that's going on inside of you. Like your prayers are about to be answered. There's no questions asked, Capricorn. Like whatever it is that you've asked for years, or maybe it's a relationship that you've wanted to be in. Maybe you've wanted to get married, have children, open a business, get this job, you know, buy a new home or get your dream home, whatever it is that you have been thinking, you know, going to a workshop, traveling. It could have something to do with your health, some type of big, you know, investment when it comes to your health. The cards that just flipped out while I was shuffling is the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So like I was saying, the seeds that you have planted, they are going to provide you with the fruit, nourishment for your body. Okay, it's here. Good health, financial security, and abundance. Also, spiritual and emotional wealth as well. Healing the subconscious, connecting with the subconscious. Okay? And it is all in your hands. You know, this is also the full moon is trying to help you understand it is all in your hands, Capricorn. You started it. Continue to maintain this. Okay? It does take work. It does take patience. But this is what this full moon is trying to bring you. And there is a death. Yes, there is a death that is happening for you guys. You guys can feel it. It's uncomfortable, but just let it happen. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Six of Pentacles here for this Sagittarius full moon for you, Capricorn. Some of you guys, you realize that there are relationships that are not the same anymore. People who may not talk to you as much anymore, or maybe they just, you know, stop talking to you completely, right? There is discomfort there. I get it. Wow. The White Newman. This is like a bonus card in this particular tarot deck, but you guys are rising above. This is godlike. This is divinity. This is like so ancient. It's like it's this ancient reverence. Just like moving through time and space with grace. You are protected. You are just lit up from the inside, Capricorn. Yes, you are. Ten of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. Listen, let the death happen. The discomfort is there is because there's a part of you that is dying and it is not comfortable at all. It is painful for some of you. Okay? Let it just glide off of you. Just let it go, even if you have to cry about it. Some of you guys may feel like, you want to cry and you just don't know why. You may feel anxious and you just don't know why. It's because this full moon, again, like I said, it is supercharged. It is bringing to the forefront a lot of blessings, but also showing you like you're changing, you're growing, you're not the same person that you were. And if you're still, for those people out there who are still fighting to stay the same, like it's going to be a losing battle, okay? It's going to be hard. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords here, you guys. But it's all going to be okay. It's all going to, these feelings, these weird emotions, these thoughts, this discomfort is going to pass. It's going to pass. You don't have to worry about it. Like it's temporary, like everything really on this planet. Page of Cups again. You got the Princess of Cups. Look at that. Pisces, Cancer energy, the subconscious. The ego is dying. The ego is dying. Okay. Some of you guys are experiencing the end of a cycle in a relationship. Maybe a relationship is ending and you can feel it. You can feel the emotions. You can feel the energies, right? Yeah, because it's a new dawn. Page of Pentacles. Yes, it's a new dawn. It's a brand new chapter that's beginning. And there are people, places, and things that cannot, there are people and things that just you can't take with you. They're not ready to be with you yet, at least not now, or at least not in this lifetime, right? They have some work to do. And you can feel that. You can feel that. Just certain things are just not going to fit anymore. Okay? They're not going to be healthy as you move forward. Others of you, there's just a relationship that you're in with somebody, a family relationship or a friendship or a romantic partnership. It's just transforming. So if you feel uncomfortable, if your partner is kind of going through their own thing, or maybe, you can feel these energies where things are just not what they used to be, it's because it's just transformation. It's just change. Just go with it. Okay. If things are happening financially and you're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to afford this. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You guys are going to be good. Let's clarify the Princess of Cups last but not least, okay? Oh, yeah. Queen of Wands. It's going to be all right. This is that movement. This is that passionate, confident movement. Okay? This is the heart space. This is Leo energy. We have Leo, Pisces, Taurus, okay? Bottom of the deck, you have the King of Cups. Yes. This is the subconscious finally crowning itself, finally lighting up, finally being healed. The deepest part of yourself is you're mastering the deeper aspects of yourself. And again, that is not an easy journey, Capricorn. It's not an easy journey, but your alchemy, you're realizing you're an alchemist. You can create anything from nothing, right? You can plant your seeds anywhere and they will grow. So the subconscious is at the forefront right now for you, Capricorn. And it is absolutely powerful. It's phenomenal. It's hard to put in words what I'm feeling for you guys, okay, with this message under this full moon. But trust me when I say the uneasiness will pass and you guys are going to be so solid. You're going to be so happy, right? Let the discomfort just kind of, flow through. Let it pass, okay? Don't try to stop it. Just let it pass. Your health, your money, your home, your finances, your relationships, it is all going to improve. But whatever is trying to leave, whoever is needing to leave your life for whatever reason, whatever habits are asking you to let them go, whatever emotions that are asking you to let them go so that they can move on and dream and be, transmuted into other energy for other people to experience, just let them go. Okay? All right, Capricorn, much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, y'all.